Hi, my name is Emma, and today I'm going to be telling you about how a murder criminal investigation goes down. I'll be explaining to you how the officers, detectives, and agents will gather their evidence, recreate a scene, go through victimology, sort through even more evidence, contact the BAU if they need their help in any way, go through interrogations, and what happens after the unknown subject, or in this case, murderer, gets caught. First thing they do is gather the evidence from the crime scene. They will look at old files from unsolved murders to see if there is a similar MO, which means motive, to the current crime investigation. They will dust for prints, search through DNA, see if any of them match to anyone in their criminal database. Then what more skilled agents and detectives tend to do, not so much officers, they will go to the crime scene after the body is removed and they will recreate what they believe happened at the scene. This is just what they assume happened. It's not totally for sure, but it's normally pretty close to being correct. They will do this by looking at any signs of forced entry, breaking through the door, picked locks, anything of that sort. Defensive wounds on the victim, as in bruises, marks on their wrist, marks on their face, like slap marks, things of that sort. They'll also look through the blood splatter, seeing where the unsub was standing and where the victim was, seeing if the victim tried to move anywhere after they were stabbed or shot or bludgeoned, depending on how the crime went down. Then they will tend to look through victimology, and victimology is basically the victim's personal life and trying to understand why this victim was chosen. They will look at their personal life, they will look into interrogating their friends, their family, coworkers, neighbors, contact all of those people that they know and try to understand what had happened and why it had happened. Then if there is a second victim or more evidence at the crime scene that they may have missed, they will go through that. The second victim will also help them find some sort of connection between the other victim, whether that be their personal appearance, the people that they hang out with, their job, their neighborhood, their family, anything of that sort. It also could just be the fact that they have the same colored hair and the same colored skin. That's all it could be. It could be as simple as that, which is sad. It may also help identify if there was a second unsub or even more than that, because there can tend to be a second or third even unsub, but normally if it is that case, then they will try and find the least dominant unsub, because they are the ones most likely to break first and to tell everything that had happened, unlike the dominant one. Then if it comes to that point, they will contact the BAU, which is the Behavioral Analysis Unit at the FBI. And basically what they do is they create profiles of the unsub based off of past crimes. They will identify what the unsub will look like, what they do, how they act, things of that sort. They do this based off of the profiles from past robberies, past murders, past bombings, anything of that sort. The profile will get released to the media, which will help potential victims know what to look out for and know the unsub's MO. The profile includes physical appearance, personal disorders, noticeable injuries, mental disabilities, anything of that sort, anything that they can tell based off of the evidence that they are given. The interrogations are a very, very important and long process of an criminal investigation. They interrogate any possible unsub that they may have, whether that be a boyfriend, a father, even a stranger that they've only met a few times, someone that people have seen roaming around the neighborhood a lot, anyone of that sort. They will be very, very nerve-wracking and intense, which will hopefully break the unsub down and make them concerned, which will eventually have them expose everything about what had happened. Especially if there is a second unsub, then they'll go for the least dominant one because they are always the easiest to find and usually the easiest one to crack out of the two. After the unsub or unsubs have been caught, they will be sent to custody in jail, and then a few months after, they will have a trial in court where the agents, detectives, police, any sort of law enforcement that has been involved in this investigation will present all of the evidence that they have to convict this felon guilty. Every form of law enforcement also has to write down a file so that they have evidence in case there is another crime in the future that has a similar or the exact same MO, which may be a copycat or even the same person once they happen to get out of jail, if that ever does happen, which hopefully it won't, but it does happen occasionally. So, today we went over how a criminal investigation works, how they gather evidence, recreate the scene, go through victimology, how they contact BAU, go through interrogations, and what happens after the unsub has been arrested. Thank you.